can't change the world in a short period of time, but you can do it one person at a time, one event at a time, within your realm of influence, and recognize that it does take a community.
We started doing a round of study circles. We had about 60 for the first round, and then that was about 1,000 people. And we've continued on doing study circles. We don't have as many study circles as we started off, but we are still doing them, and we're still having action groups to this day. One of the most compelling stories was a gentleman who was talking about how far he felt that we had come and being able to speak with so many people, because he grew up during the Jim Crow times. He wasn't able to go to restaurants or stay in hotels, and that there was no way that he would be able to talk to all the different people that were in the study circle so many years ago, and he just appreciated that the next generation, he hoped, was going to be better than his.
We moved away from it being a government-led initiative. It is now a community-led initiative. We've used some of the principles of study circles to engage people in other ways. We've had just recently a conversation on whiteness entitled The Elephant in the Room. We've had a presentation on Blacks in Virginia, looking at the demographics of Blacks in Virginia over time. We have also conducted workshops on fair housing. And we had our second annual summer film series. If you want any substantive change, if you want any real change, that you have to go through a process that is not always going to be easy, and you have to be open to that process.
What I thought I knew was the historical significance of race, but I don't know it. I really, really don't know it.
I think I was more convinced now that it is more systemic than I was willing to believe at first.
These are tough subjects. Anytime you talk about something that has kind of been taboo, you're going to have to be patient with people so that they can work through their issues, so that they can get past not looking from their own perspective.
When anyone hears about all the different ways that we could evade the issue of racism and not want to acknowledge our own involvement, and in my case, even the privileges that I may gain from it, I think it unsettles us in a good way.
Honestly, I practice some of the same things that are actually perpetuating more racial stereotypes in the beginning. So I guess I'm more so part of the problem than the solution. So it's about coming up with another idea or another plan to combat.
I think a byproduct of the work that we're doing is trying to produce more leaders in our community that can articulate issues around racial equity. Well, I can think of one story, and that was an email I received from a teenager, a white female, who had gone through the study circles when she was in high school. And she just shared how much she benefited from the process, so much so till it influenced what she decided to major in college. And so she's majoring in African American studies. So as a result of her experience in the study circles, I think it expanded her realm of possibilities.
Our local community has a fairly large Monacan Indian population, so we've been trying to focus more on Native American issues, particularly the Monacan tribe where we live.
We are also going to have a conversation in the first of the year with parents and children, and how to talk to your children about race. So working with the school system in order to make that happen. And then we are working toward engaging the business community in conversations around workforce diversity to make sure that the study circle process does continue. We are working with the YWCA to coordinate that as Many Voices, One Community supports that work, so that it will become a racial justice program of our local YWCA. I've made some great relationships with people throughout the community, and not only have they opened my eyes, but they've shared with me that they have had an opportunity to learn something.